Welcome to another edition of This Is Our Family, a place where we get to connect, communicate and celebrate all that God is doing through our church. If this is your first time with Access today, we extend a special warm welcome to you. And Joe, how's your week been?
My week? Well, I've had a good week, an unexpected week. Ended up in ED on Sunday night with JL. And I just want to say a big thank you and shout out to the church. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your prayers, your text messages, your phone calls. She is home today and she is recovering well. So thank you guys very much.
JL, we wish you a speedy and healthy recovery and we hope to see you around the church soon. So today, Access, want to send a big thank you to everyone that provided to the Bounty Boulevard morning tea. I heard it was another huge success. And even Principal Hour got his brownies that he required, I think in at least 2 or 3 lots. So well done to everyone involved in that, and well done to Katie Rodriguez, who continues to plan that meticulously. Thanks, Katie, for all your hard work.
Awesome, thank you, church. It was great. I saw the photos and it looked amazing. And speaking of food, Dale, just want to remind everyone, especially all you volunteers here at Access Church, it was Appreciation Week this week for all those that have been volunteering in all capacities without the church. We hope you got your coffee and your free muffin from Simone. If you didn't, make sure you grab that this week. And also, if you're gluten-free, there's some special little gluten-free nuggets there as well if you can't have a muffin. So thank you guys very much. We appreciate all that you do behind the scenes, and for those that are in front of the cameras and everything, we want to thank you all for what you do.
So volunteers, if you've left your run too late, our resident bean hunter, aka Pastor Jono Schroeder, will surely find you a place to get a good cup of coffee and an alternative muffin or gluten-free treat.
And he sure does know where all the good coffee shops are around the place. Speaking of volunteers though, also Dale, we are after anyone that would like to volunteer in the church. We've got so many different ministry areas that we could use some help, particularly if you're into AV and camera kind of stuff, with putting words on screens and that. We definitely need some help there. Also our kids ministry, we would love to have some helpers in that area as well. And also our welcome team. So if you have a great smile and you love people, we'd love for you to join those teams as well. So if you are interested, details are on screen, and give us a call at the office, that'll be great.
And you've just touched on the kids ministry. We've obviously got a big opening coming in that way after we heard in the previous weeks about Bonnie departing her role at the end of the year. With regards to that, if you feel like God is giving you a calling within a ministry environment at the moment, whether it be kids ministry or, as Joe has just said, AV, tech, even helping out on the coffee cart, whatever that might be, if you feel a calling at the moment, I implore you to have a conversation with either Jono or Joe and build on what you feel like you could do to help Access moving forward. Joe, what else have we got happening around Access at the moment?
Well, we've got heaps of things going on this week. On Sunday, we have our Creative Arts group. We're meeting for team time at Mal's place. It's a great get-together to celebrate what God's been doing this year in the lives of the team. We also have our seniors morning tea coming up on Tuesday, the 17th of November. Details are on screen. Just contact Jeff and Tina Adams if you want to be a part of that. And also this Sunday we have our AGM. Unfortunately this year, due to COVID, we are very restricted on numbers, so we're just asking if all the members could attend. That would be fantastic. So that is this Sunday at 1 p.m. See you there. So Dale, heaps going on at Access this week.
Joe, it's full on. I don't envy you and Jono at the moment, but you guys always do a power of work, so I know you'll get through it. Let's flick over to a clip of David Logan, who's got the latest financial report and maybe some ASICs listed stocks that you might be able to get into.
Hey David, thanks for coming in today. Back when COVID broke out in February, March, as a board we were really concerned about the financial impact that was going to have on the church. What's happened?
Well, that was totally unwarranted in our thinking. We ended the financial year in a really great state with some money in the bank, and that was after having spent substantial amount on new audio gear and establishing the media room to provide their streaming service.
Right. So normally in August at the AGM the members would get a finance report from the past year. This year it's been postponed, November 22nd, 1 p.m. for the AGM. But we're a fair way into this new financial year now, so how's that going so far?
Well, it's going pretty good for the 4 months to the end of October. We're giving is 5% average above budget for each week, which is encouraging. Our expenses are 15% below budget, and
Excellent.
part of this reason is that the budget was prepared towards the end of the last financial year, and something we planned haven't happened, and we've been able to save money through staff appointments changes and other events that haven't happened.
Right, and we needed to do that, right? Because if we're going to move forward with building extensions, we need to create some margin in there.
That's right. Yeah, and the building fund itself is slowly growing. There's been a few new people giving, but it needs to increase substantially, and I'd endorse the whole LBA's opinion that we need to have substantial giving to the building fund if we're going to proceed with the new extension wing mainly for the children's ministry.
And we really need to build our credit rating as well with the denomination in terms of wanting that extra money.
Yeah, and for that move, the board has approved your suggestion that we place all our spare funds at the moment with WIF, who we hope to borrow the money from for the new building, so that we have some credit and they can see that we are able to save some money.
Yeah. So all in all, a lot to be thankful for. We really can be grateful to God for the way He's provided. What's your message to the Access Church family this time?
Yeah, well, I think the main one for me is that I'm hearing from the leadership that people are coming to faith through our ministry, and without what we provide in staffing and resources, that wouldn't be happening. So the giving is important, and I'd just like to thank the Access people for continuing to give the way they are.
Great, thanks Dave.
Thank you.
So church, it's exciting to see that the church is in such a great financial position at the moment. Thank you all for your ongoing generous spirit. And if you look at the screen right now, you'll find details if you want to continue to partner with us as we continue to serve God and build His community through His church.
Access truly has generous hearts. We thank each and every one of you for contributing to the ministry of Access.
And also, guys, Dale just remembered that we have black boxes within the church. You'll find them at the 2 door entries at the front of the stage, and we also have one just beside the kitchen. If you bring cash and you'd like to give that way, we have provision for that too. So, Dale, what have you got there?
Joe, I have got a first look at the proposed plans from the architect to do with the next generation building and some of the other things that possibly could be going on in the future for Access Church. It's exciting to see what's happening with the future building fund, and hopefully Access, stay tuned. You'll see more as time goes along.
Awesome. They look amazing, and I have had a sneak peek, which is great, and really excited about what God's doing there and how that is going to come into fruition in His perfect timing. Speaking about giving, Dale, we have the awesome giving tree out in our foyer. If you haven't seen it yet, it is stunning. Thank you, Caitlin and Aaron Smith, for your creativity and your handyman skills in creating it. But what you'll find on their Access is these awesome tags that have gifts on them. And what we're doing is we're supporting our local community by providing gifts for Christmas for those families that are in need. So on some of these things, there's school bags, lunch boxes, and water bottles. So if you haven't got one yet, you can grab one this weekend. They are running out, which is great. Last week was our first week, it was our launch, and most of them have gone. So incredible job that you guys are doing. Thank you for everyone that has taken one so far, and we are excited for this Christmas and how Access Church is going to be supporting our community.
That's awesome, Joe. Well done, church. Next week, church, we will start our Christmas series with Jono, but today we get our final message on the Return of Christ series. Before we get to Jono's last sermon, I just wanted to say a quick thank you to Ruth and Lionel, who also contributed throughout the sermon series with Jono. It's been a wonderful series, and I can't wait for the Christmas series to start. But we also get to hear from JL Thompson, your young lady, about what the return of Christ means to her.
Go JJ!
The most overwhelming thought about eternity is, and I guess Jesus' second coming, is that I don't know when it's going to happen. And at any moment He could just come back, and I just always want to be ready, but also try and make other people ready and get us all amongst that, whilst also being hopeful for the future, because it could be ages to come. and just trying to find that balance and stuff. I'm most fascinated about heaven and eternity. Just the concept of eternity is a really weird one because like obviously time on earth, but yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen, and all I know is it's going to be really amazing. I think like growing up I thought heaven would kind of be boring, just like standing there just worshipping God or whatever, but my dad was like always telling me that all the best things on earth, like that's just the smallest snippet of what heaven's like, and so I'm more excited than anything. Yeah. My biggest concern about heaven and eternity is not sharing that with people that I love and that I know on earth, and I guess looking back and wishing that I'd done more and regretting not loving people or putting the time and effort because I would want them to be there. I'm most looking forward to singing with the angels. My friends and I have this saying when anything goes wrong, which is like one day we'll be singing with the angels. So I look forward to that, maybe dancing. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I'm really excited for that.